Hi, it's Fran with the Bowling Green International Festival again. We're going to show you another one of the new children's activities that we've come up with. We searched high and low and around the globe and came up with one of today's activities called a Bullroarer. And we think it's a pretty special one because Neolithic cultures came up with the Bullroarer, and every Neolithic culture around the globe had a bullroarer in some form or fashion. Now, they may have called them different things, but they were still the same basic instrument. And that's from New Zealand to Australia to Oceania to Japan, Korea, China, Germany, Turkey, the Sudan, South Africa, Kenya, Chad, Mozambique, to Italy, to Canada, to Manitoba. Everywhere in the world, there was a Neolithic culture deep in the Brazilian rainforest, high up in the Rockies. If there was a Neolithic culture, they made bullroarers. And they did call them different things, but they were all the same basic instrument. And what a bullroarer is they usually made them out of a piece of wood or a piece of bone, and it had a specific shape called a parabolic or a hydrofoil. It's a convex on both sides, concave, convex on both sides. So here's a basic idea is it's round on the top and it's round on the bottom. And they used these bullroarers to scare off animals that were frightening them. They used it to communicate. They used them to make music. They used them to have fun with. They used them in religious ceremonies. There's lots of things that they did with them. So that was a really important piece of their culture, and that was globally. All over the globe, people used these things, used a bullroarer for these things. But today, I cannot go out and chop down a tree or find a piece of driftwood. Don't have access to a tree to chop down. Don't have a bone big enough to make a bullroarer. So we're going to make ours out of cardboard. And I talked a lot with a professor in England who specializes in sounds from the Paleolithic period. And that link can be found with this children's activity, along with some other links and people making bullroarers and making and spinning them. And ours looks like this. Here's something that we've already made out of cardboard. And I believe they made theirs, the video from England made theirs out of a flat piece of cardboard, but I made mine out of a cardboard too. I even made one out of styrofoam, this kind of styrofoam that comes in packing material, glued it together, shaped the sides with the plaster rasper, and I thought it was cool because I could carve into it, but when I first made it, it wasn't heavy enough to make any sound, so I split it in two and I put a weight in here, and once I did that, it made a sound. That's a little bit more complicated. Maybe we'll save that for another day. But today we're just going to make the ones out of the cardboard tubes. So there's all kinds. You can even use a toilet paper roll, because lots of us have those laying around. We used to put them in our recycling bin. Can't do that anymore in Warren County. Or a paper towel roll. This is probably what the one in your house looks like. It'll work okay. This one comes from where I work at, because after we wash our hands, we of course have to dry our hands. And it's an industrial paper towel roll. And the paper towel roll is about this big. And this is what holds it onto the machine that dispenses the paper towels to us. So this is what I'm going to use. But you can use this, or maybe your mom and dad can find you this, or your sister, or your brother, or the janitor at your school can find you one of these or start saving them. And it's super easy to make. So the first thing you kind of do is you want to squish it. See, and here's one that came from I think gift wrap, and that'll work. But this one is a little thicker. I don't know if you can see how thick that is. It doesn't really squish very well. And I got another one. This is from the label blaster at my work. And see, this one won't squish at all. But I got an idea for what I'm going to use this one for. So if you can get your family and your friends to start saving stuff like this, we're going to make whole bunches of fun stuff from around the world with crazy stuff like this. Cardboard tubing, gift wrap, blaster roll, hand paper towel roll, toilet paper, gift wrap, you name it. Just say, hey, will you save me those cardboard tubes? They'll go, what? Just say, trust me. That's what my boss always says to me, trust me. Okay, so you're going to squish it in two, just like that. But kind of squeeze it back so it kind of looks like an eye. Can you see that? It looks like an eye on your face. And that's the shape that you're after, is that shape right there. Just might want to sharpen the edges up just a little bit with your hands on both sides. Okay. And then we're going to tape, and I like masking tape because, well, it's cheap, but the best thing about it is that you can color and write on it, and Scotch tape is not so good to do that. So you're just going to tape up the edges and keep them smooth, so keep yourself looking neat. And they carved these things. If they were made out of bone and wood, they put all sorts of symbols on them. Probably things that were important to them. Maybe the animal they were trying to scare off, or maybe the person they were trying to make music for. You can decorate yours any way you want to. It does not matter. Unless you do this for a class project and your teacher says, hey, it's got to be Maury symbols. Or hey, it's got to be symbols of the Nez Perce, or whatever. Symbols from the One Nation. Or the Celts. Doesn't matter. Because, like I said, everybody had bullroarers. Everybody's cultures have had a bullroarer. Okay, so now it's taped up. And you can tape stickers. I got some stickers I use at work. And you could do it that way. You can put other little stickers on it, or you can just paint right on it. It doesn't matter. You can mark right on it. I'm going to take the last of these stickers and put on here for you. A little red paint action going. One of the most common Neolithic symbols that we find everywhere, from the red rocks of Australia to the mounds of North America to the cave paintings in France and Spain, even in the tombs of ancient pharaohs, is what's called the spiral. And to me, it's like this is the beginning of your journey and you expand outwards. I don't know what that meant to them, but everybody's culture has a spiral in their decorations. Oop. Or you can use a marker. And everybody has seen asterisks, and those usually meant stars. The Minoans made waves like that. Other cultures made this, a symbol of water. Others did things like that. There were hashtags, which meant different things to them. There were also symbols for the sun. And that's kind of what we make still today, right? But it doesn't matter. You can use different things. You might put a smiley face on there, write your name on there. And then you're gonna, this is when you need your adult supervision, because you need to punch a hole right here. Have them punch a hole for you right here. And I like to use a chopstick to round it around so it's smooth. You can do that on both sides without smearing your paint. And you can decorate both sides. I've done that. And then comes your string, and it can be any kind of string that you got laying around your house. Kite string. It could be stuff you bale hay with. It can be twine. It can be hemp string, which is actually my personal favorite because I think hemp's great. This is just regular twine. We got laying around to hold up and tie up different things. You know that old thing about like you hold it to your nose and stretch it out, and that's a yard? That'll do. Do that twice. Give it a nip. And the length of the string is kind of important. If you get it too short, you can't get a good thump on your Bullroarer. You just want to thread that through there. Tie it tight. Oops. Good and tight. Good and tight is important. Okay, so we'll put a few special letters for me. It's our 30th anniversary this year. That's why we came up with some special things for you all to do. And it's year 2020, so we'll put that on there. Let it dry for a second. Now I'm going to spin this. You're not going to be able to see it, but you should be able to hear it. So hang on. Hey, that one sounds pretty good. They probably scare off a duck with that. A goose is trying to bite me. My dog's sitting in his bed going, what is she doing? Well, that's it. It's so easy to make with stuff, basic stuff laying around your house. Remember when you punch that hole and cut that string to ask for help so nobody's little fingers get hurt. Okay, once you send us videos of you swinging your Bullroarers, Emma's going to be here later, and she's going to give all these a swing, and she's going to tell us which one she likes the best. She may even run in here and make her own. All right, thanks a lot. We'll see you for the next one. Hey, Emma's here to check out the or test roar the Bullroarers we made. So here she is in the backyard. The dogs are going to come in and out of the frame. Let's see if they're frightened by the Bullroarer. Emma, which Bullroarer do you have up today? Okay.
It says hashtag BGIF 302020.
Okay, let's give it a roar. Yeah, the dog even reacted. That's great. Okay. Okay, this is one of the first ones I made. This is the round one with the holes in it, where we didn't squish the tube.
Nope. Nope.
Okay, so it doesn't really roar. It kind of screeches. So she's going to try the other round one and see if it does any better. Yeah, it definitely makes a noise.
One more flat one. This one's a little bit shorter, so I don't know how it'll work.
So this one, she said the string is shorter, and that does affect the harmonics of the Bullroarer, how long your string is. Here she goes, last one.
No, it's not gonna go. It's too short.
Well, it kind of makes a thump. Okay, so now, see, I told you, it's really important how long that string is. So remember we said to measure the string, a good way is the to the nose, to the end of your fingers.
Make sure you have enough to wrap around your hand too, so you can do this.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it will just wrap around your hand.
Okay. All right. We hope you have fun making them. Bye-bye.